Sorry for the delay, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. I am once again your teacher for now. Your topic is all about fractions, decimal, and percentage. Once again, everyone, good afternoon. And apologies once again for the delay. I had some prior commitments to do before heading here. Now, who can say to me what is a fraction? I repeat, who can say to me what is a fraction? Anyone? Who can say to me what is a fraction? Bernadette? Besides it having a denominator and numerator, what can you say about Bernadette? You're raising your hand. What is your answer? A part of a whole. Yes. It consists of two numbers separated by a line. Thank you, Athena. Like a portion or part of a whole. Thank you. Si Bernadette di yata sumasagot. Okay. So, tama lahat ng sinabi ninyo. A quick review of what is a fraction, decimal, percent. Now, who can read our quick review? Sinong pwede makapagbasa ng ating quick review kung ano nga ba ang tatlo? Havana?
Fractions, decimals, and percents are all parts of a whole. They are also related and converted back and forth.
Okay, thank you. So, fractions, decimals, and percents are all parts of a whole. They are also related and can be converted back and forth. I repeat, fractions, decimals, and percents are part of a whole. Katulad lamang nung, sino ba nagsabi nito? Ayan, ni Aaron na it is part of a whole. Hindi lang, kumbaga, sa isang whole number na kung tawagin ay meron tayong 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. But this also consists of fraction and decimals and also including percentage. Sige nga kung kayo tatanungin ko, without seeing the presentation, what is the percentage when it comes to 1/2? One over two. What is the percentage if you convert the fraction 1 over 2? Percentage. Yun, 50%. Okay, how about um what is the what is the fraction when you convert 0.25? Tama. Thank you. So tama lahat ng sinabi ninyo. 1/4 is equivalent to 0.25 and 1/2 or 1 over 2 is equivalent to 50%. Kasi nakasulat nga dito, 1/2 is 0.5 or 0.50, tapos ang percentage is 50%. Bakit? Kumbaga, now we are going to discuss morely about the conversion of fractions, decimals, and percentage. So do not forget the definition that I mean, not the definition, but the main idea of the three fractions, decimals, and percentage is or are parts of a whole, and they can be converted back and forth. Pero first of all, I would also like to ask, sino ba dito ang mga ABM students? I repeat, sino dito sa GMIT na to ang ABM students? Over 61, tatlo lang? Apat? Lima? Okay, okay. Thank you. You can raise your you can put down your hands na. Okay. Dahil dito, fractions, decimals, and percentage can also be used in the business industry. And because of it, this topic is part of your business mathematics. Kung nakapag-business mathematics na kayo, most likely, this was already discussed to you by your teacher in business math. And I'm just going to reiterate how to convert fractions to decimals and vice versa, decimals to percentage and vice versa, and percentage to fraction and vice versa. Now, in terms of decimals, who can read the bullet below decimals? Hindi na to kasama, pero ito lang. I repeat, who can read the description of what is a decimal in the bullet below? Jungkook? Ken?
Decimals are like fractions because they also represent part of a whole. However, decimals use the base 10 system by place value. The place is named by the furthest right number.
Okay, thank you. So dahil dito, you can see here that the decimal point is here. Tapos, siguro naman, alam niyo na siguro to, no? Lalo na't ang decimal, before even converting it to fraction or to percentage, was discussed way back elementary pa po. So kung sakali, after the decimal point, dahil kasi pag before, that is the whole number. Pero pag after the decimal point, which is in the right side, it consists of tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and so on and so forth. And that is what you call decimals. At let's say nakasulat 1.0. It is still a decimal because it has its tenths, which is 0, or 1.01. It is still a decimal basta may point tapos may number kasunod ng point. Katulad nito, 0.1 is the said 1/10 because the furthest right number is in the 10th or 10th place. In terms of this naman, in terms of place value, of course, alam ko naman na siguro alam ninyo ang place value, pero I'll just reiterate it that when it comes before the decimal point, yung pagiging place value niya starts from 1, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and so on and so forth. Pero pagdating dito, right after the decimal point, it consists of tenths. Magsisimula po sa tenths, hindi po sa ones. Ulitin ko, magsisimula sa tenths, hindi sa ones. And ang spelling will differentiate when it comes to the place value right before the decimal point and right after the decimal point. Kung sa before ng decimal point consists of tens or ones, one spelling O-N-E-S, tapos ang tens T-E-N-S. Dito naman, magsisimula tayo sa tenths, T-E-N-T-H-S. Kumbaga kung dito, right before the place value is TENS. Right after the place value is TENTHS. Tapos same as the others, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So maliwanag po ba? Decimals pa lang po tayo, paalala lang. Ewan ko na lang kung hindi nyo maintindihan kung ano ang decimals. Okay. Parang nag-move ata siya. Teka lang. Ayun. Converting decimals to fractions is easy because all we do is all we have to do is to read the decimal and is sound. And it's sound the same as when we read the fraction. So, how do you read the number? This number, sorry. Normally speaking, how do you read this number? Oh, spelling na lang. O kahit you can raise your hands. It is also encouraged to raise your hands for an oral recitation. 0.3, yes. 0.3, thank you. So this 0.3, dahil kasi tatandaan ninyo, when it comes to decimal to fractions, is that decimals, dahil sa place value ng decimals, we can already differentiate the place value of it to the place value to it to become a fraction. Like dito. Ang number natin dito is 3. After the decimal point, the number here is 3. Kaya naging 3 yung numerator. Pero sir, bakit po ba o paano po ba nakuha yung 10? Kanina, we have discussed the place values of after the decimal point. Ang nakasulat dito kasi, the first number after the decimal point is what you call tenths. Tenths. From the word 10 itself. So kung dito sa first number after the decimal point, syempre, kung tenths, ang ibig sabihin, ang value or place value after the decimal point, the value of the number after the decimal point is tenths. So most of all or most commonly, the answer should also be 10. Kasi it is based from the place value of the number. So kung ang place value ni 3 is tenths, so yung place value nung ilalim after number 3, after the numerator, the denominator will be the value of the place value. And here naman, nakasulat, we read 0.3 as 3 tenths. In abroad, of course, we normally say it here sa Pilipinas na 0.3 or 0.3, but also, we read 0.3 as 3 tenths based from its place value. And because it is 3 tenths, same as its fraction form, 3 tenths, 3 over 10. Katulad naman din dito sa baba, 0.41. Normally speaking, we call it as 0.41. So, pero normally sa abroad, it is also called as 4100s. Hindi siya 410 ha, na may S, pero it is 4100s with the letter T tsaka H. Kaya nakasulat dito 41 ang numerator tapos ang denominator is 100. That is how you can convert decimals into fractions. Now, I would like to ask dahil kasi kaya iba yung presentation ko kasi I was supposed to use the presentation in our mathematics class. Kaso, with some considerations, I have used the activities in our business math activity para sa magiging activity ninyo after the topic or after our subject. So now, I would like for you to convert these decimal points into fraction. I'll be giving you at least 10 minutes to convert this decimals, and afterwards, please do put it in the chat box. Tas sama-sama nating sasagutan siya afterwards. Ay talaga ba, Aaron? Same ka rin sa iba? You're 66 pala sa class. Okay, mukhang lahat kayo tapos. Less than 10 minutes. Thank you. So, wait lang. So, when it comes to this, let's say, ayun, 0.7. Ang place value ng 7 is 1, 2. I mean, pagkabilang kasi natin 1, 2, pero ang normally, it is tenths, hundreds. So, 100 siya. So, magiging sagot sa 7 is 7 over 100. Hindi ako nagsusulat, pero the correct answer for number 1 is 7 over 100. Dito naman, ayan, 13, 1, 3. So, ang magiging sagot, kasi the place value of 3 is in the hundreds place. So, 13 over 100. That's a 3 over 10, kasi the place value of 3 is in the tens place. Tapos sa 7, 107, ang place value ng last digit ng decimal point, ng decimal value is in the thousandths place, ang number 7. So, mangyayari, ang magiging numerator is 107, tapos ang denominator is 1,000. So, conversion of decimal and fraction. Is it clear po ba? So, I would also like to give this opportunity or take this opportunity to give you this advice na marami kasi sa mga tao ngayon na that problems the problem itself. So, when it comes to conversion decimal to fraction, huwag niyo pong i-stressin sarili ninyo. Or decimal to, fraction, decimals to fraction pala, sorry. When it comes to decimals to fraction, hopefully, huwag niyo pong i-stressin sarili ninyo dahil kung nakikita rin ninyo, ganun po kadali ang pag-convert ng decimal to fraction. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-add, hindi mo na kailangan mag-multiply, subtract, divide, or whatnot, but you're just going to base it from the place value itself. So sana pag-aralan ninyo lalo ang place values. Tapos when it comes to, pero pag halimbawa po ba, may number 1, halimbawa dito, number 1.07. Sa tingin ninyo, ano mangyayari sa 1? Dahil diba, meron na tayong 7 over 100. So ano mangyayari sa 1? Kung ang 1 is right before the place, I mean the decimal point. Ano ba sa tingin ninyo mangyayari? Whole number. Tama kayo dyan. Kaya nagiging whole number siya, kasi first of all, it is real, the values before the decimal point, it is considered as a whole number. So by then, pag halimbawa na kinonvert mo ang 1.07, ang mangyayari is 1 and 7 over 100. Or it will become a mixed fraction. Yes, tama kayo lahat. Mangyayari is magiging mixed fraction na lang siya. So, klaro po ba sa lahat? Okay, thank you. Don't base it in here. Now, also, fractions in base 10. Ano nga po ba ang base 10? It is a denominator consists of 10, hundreds, and thousands. Katulad lamang ng ginawa natin kanina, 3 over 10, 41 over 100. That is what you call base tens. Sorry. And they are easy because they are also read the same way as decimals. Now, when it comes to conversion of fraction to decimal, sino po ba ang pwede makapagbasa? Jungkook.
If the fraction has a denominator in base 10, it works the same way.
Okay. Sino makakapagbasa ng second bullet? No one? Dwayne.
7 over 100 is 0.07. Both are read 700s.
700s. Okay, thank you. Oh. Iha, wag kang kabahan, ha? Dahil kasi ano sa lahat, I do really insist and encourage everyone to participate when it comes to my discussions as well, or to anyone's discussion in the coming days. Kasi nga, one of which is that this tutorial is a class-based. Lahat ng mga tinuturo namin is, of course, naturo na sa inyo or hindi pa. And second, sa mga nagtatanong dyan, especially, I have noticed that some of you were asking na if teacher ba ako, professional teacher, college ako. I have experience teaching way back. And I am currently a student teacher as well. So by then, kaya ganito ako magturo sa inyo is because of my experience as a student teacher. So by that, sana wag kayo magtataka na kung ako ba ay college or whatnot, because I'm doing this because of my experience as a student teacher. I really want for you to understand the topic itself just by being interactive sa inyo, and at the same time, of course, like any other teacher, I don't want to name some teachers, pero ayun nga, like any other teachers, we would like for you to understand the topic. Dahil we also believe that pag hindi mo naintindihan yung lesson, tas bumagsak ka sa subject na yun, under ng teacher na yun, it would also reflect on the performance of the teacher. So dahil gusto kong maintindihan ninyo yung topics na aking i-discuss, that's why I am doing this for your own sake as well. But anyways, in continuation, if the fraction does not have been or has not have a base 10 denominator, you must use the long division until you get the repeating or terminating decimal. So, when it comes to this, if the fraction has a denominator in base 10, tens, hundreds, thousands, di po kasama dyan ang 20s, 30s, no. It only consists of tens, hundreds, and 1,000s. Kumbaga, base ito sa place value. Wala naman siguro kayo nakikitang 20s sa place value. It's only ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tas may hundreds, and thousands, and so on and so forth. Doon ang basis natin when it comes to converting fractions to decimals. Pero pag halimbawa na meron kayo nakikita like 1/4 or 1/2, it is the time for you to use the long division, or you can divide the exact fraction. Kumbaga. So katulad nito, 3/5. The 3 is considered as the house, the 5 is considered as the basement. Please take note as well na dahil kasi there are some na ginagamit ang terminology na house and basement. It is because the house is at the top and the basement is at below. Pero I would also like to say that the house is also equivalent to the terminology called the numerator, tas ang basement naman is equivalent to the denominator. So same lang po ang definition. Ang house is the numerator, ang basement is the denominator. So, dahil dito, ang mangyayari kasi, pag ang denominator, ay nga, ang nasa ilalim, tapos ang numerator is sa taas, the denominator, when it comes to dividing it, is going to be here. Ulitin ko, andito po ang denominator. Tapos ang katabi na denominator, maunang denominator, tapos ang kasunod is ang numerator, which is the number 3. So ngayon nga, can anyone provide me the answer for 5 divided by 3? 0.6. Thank you. Sorry, wait lang. So, kumbaga, thank you guys. Thank you class. So, kumbaga, laging tatandaan na ang denominator or ang basement ng tawagin is always going to be the divisor. Ulitin ko, divisor is equivalent to the basement or to the denominator of the fraction. Tapos, ang numerator natin is going to be the dividend. Tapos, ang sagot is going to be the quotient. Tapos, dahil magkakaroon tayo ng long division, kung anong matira is what you call as the remainder. So, maliwanag po ba? Wala po bang mga katanungan o thank you. Ayan. Medyo gawa na kasi itong presentation. But then again, 5 divided by 3. Ayan, dahil kasi hindi mo malamang sa malamang, hindi mo ma-divide ang 5 sa 3. So you need to put a point here, tapos a 0. Tapos, kaya pagkatapos mo ilagyan ng point 0 dito, is that sa taas, or ang tinatawag nating quotient, lalagyan mo ng 0 point. Afterwards, bring down 3, bring down 0, tapos 30 minus 30 is what you call 0. So wala na siyang remainder. And dahil wala na siyang remainder, ang final answer is 0.6. Now, ayun, katulad nito. In converting 0.49 to fraction, 49, the last number is 9. The place value of number 9 is 100 or hundreds. It's in its hundreds place rather. So dahil nasa hundreds place siya, malamang sa malamang, kakasabi ko na kanina, the denominator is 100 kasi hundreds place yung last place value of the last number dito. Tapos ang nasa taas is the value which is 49. So ang numerator is 49 tapos ang place value, ang denominator is the place value which is 100. Same as here. Ayan. Magkaka same lang kumbaga. Same process ang gagawin. So, sana, when it comes to the upcut is, huwag niyong pahirapan sarili niyo when it comes to conversion. Lalo na sa mga ABM students dyan, na pagdating sa conversion kasi ng fraction, decimal, and percentage, most likely magagamit niyo siya when it comes to, let's say, application in real life. Lalo na sa mga businesses, especially dahil ang business lalo na sa business, when it comes to business kasi normally speaking, you put discounts, di ba? May mga discounts yan, let's say 50% off or ngayon, di ba, uso ngayon yung 6/6, yung mga addict sa Shopee, 6/6, di ba? Or sa mga discounts ng senior citizens, normally speaking, if I'm not mistaken, 20% yung binibigay na discount per purchase sa mga senior citizens. So dahil dyan, as a business-minded, or let's say if accounting ang gusto mo, or business owner or cashier, para makuha mo kung magkano ang final na amount after being discounted, is you're gonna multiply the original price sa kung magkano ang discounted na percentage. Okay? So, maliwanag po ba? Sorry, medyo sinisipon talaga ako ngayon. I'm feeling under the weather as of the moment, pero pinipilit ko rin magturo sa inyo ngayon. So, please do bear with my voice. Lalo na medyo ngongo ako ngayon kasi sa sipon. Ayan, nakasulat na nga dito. So, ang terminating decimal, ang terminating decimal is normally called as short decimal. Dahil hindi katulad ng mga decimals na, katulad nito, na continuing or repeating decimal, ito kasi terminating na siya, meaning short lang siya. Ang value lang nito is what you're seeing right now, like 0.26 or 0.1, 0.21, and so on and so forth. Pero pag may makikita kayong bar sa taas, hindi yung bar na madalas pinagpaparte ng mga tao, ha. Yung bar is yung itong symbol sa taas ng number. Ayan, like 0.3, tapos yung bar sa taas, 0.67, then you can see a bar dito sa taas. So katulad nito, ang value nito is 0.26. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and so on and so forth. Dito naman 0.67, 67, 67, and so on and so forth. And for you to put it in a shortcut is you can just put 0.3 tapos lagyan nyo na lang ng bar sa taas for you to write it in a shortcut manner. And katulad nito, 67, dahil kasi 67 na siya, ang repetition ng number 67 ulit. So 0.67 na lang, tapos lagyan mo ng bar sa taas. Okay? Maliwanag po ba? Always remember, there's what we call terminating decimals, tapos repeating decimal. Okay nga. Just for warm up, kasi syempre, para may matutunan din kayo, I would also like for you to convert as well. Separate yung magiging parang final activity natin sa mga activities natin ngayon. So ngayon, warm up tayo ngayon. Sige nga, can anyone answer what is the conversion of 0.16 to fraction? (16 over 100). Thank you. Now, can anyone convert 3 over 10 to decimal? 0.3. Thank you. Now, in terms of it, can anyone convert 5 over 8 into decimal? Five over 8. Divide 8 divided by 5 is 0.625. Thank you. Pero, when it comes to it, normally speaking kasi, is when it pag ni-round off mo siya, ano ba ang pinaka-round off ng 0.625? Ayun, 0.63 because, ay wait. Dahil kasi kung, wait nga lang. No! Yeah. Wait. Tama. Tama pala. It's 0.63 kasi ang 5, pag na-round off mo sa number 2, plus 1, so 63. So tama nga. So 0.63 pag na-round off. So do not forget as well when it comes to these kinds of instances, lalo na sa mathematics, is that normally speaking, ang mga teachers kasi, hinahanap nila yung round off value. Kumbaga nira-round off. So, wag niyong kakalimutan na mag-round off when it comes to these kinds of situations. Now, conversion of numbers into percentage. What do you mean by numbers po ba? Numbers like, let's say, fractions, kumbaga. Medyo namali lang dito. Wait lang. Para hindi kayo maguluhan. Fractions. Ayan. Converting fractions into percents. So, who can read the entire presentation? Class, who can read? And sana, huwag kayo masyadong kabahan kasi, ayun nga, wait lang. Sige, go lang. Ken?
Converting fractions into percents. When you have a fraction with a denominator in base 10, hundreds, thousands, 1000s, numbers can be easily converted into percents. The word percent literally means per hundred. 40 over 100 means you have 40 per hundred or 40%.
Okay, the last bullet. Iha?
How could we easily find what percent 7 over 10 is?
Okay. So, yun na lang siguro. Thank you. What's your name, Iha?
Kin.
Kin?
Opo.
Okay. So, thank you. Um, Ngayon, when it comes to conversion of fractions and percentage, wait lang pala guys. We're just going to have a short break lang for a minute. Tapos, I'll be right back. What do you call this? Discussing to you what is or how to convert fractions to percentage. Okay, we just had our short break lang. Now, when it comes in continuation with our discussion, sorry, converting fractions into percentage. When you have a fraction with a denominator in base 10, numbers can be easily converted into percentage. Paano? Ayan o. Tulad nito, convert 7 over 10. So 7 times 10 is 70. 10 times 10 is 100. So when it comes to this, pero normally speaking kasi, halimbawa na kasama to sa base 10 is that you just normally multiply rather, para mas madali kasi, you'll just multiply 7 times 100, 7 times 10. So mangyayari, 7 times 10 is 70, di ba? Kaya naging 70% siya.
Ha?
Sino yun? Sinong nagsabi ng ha? Hindi nyo po ba na-gets yung nasabi ko? Okay. So, going back, when it comes to this kasi, you can also do this, formula, 7 times 10 plus 10 times 10 times 10. You can multiply 10 respectively from from the denominator and numerator. So 7 times 10 is 100, tapos 10 times 10 is 100. Tapos when you divide 70 divided by 70 divided by 100, ang mangyayari, teka lang, is magiging 0.7. And then magiging 0.7 siya. When you divide the 70 sa 100, magiging 0.7 siya. Tapos after 0.7, multiply by 100, it's going to be 70%. So kumbaga, let's say, sige, teka, may delete natin to. Ayan. Wait lang, ano to? Or pwede rin pong ilipat pa right side yung decimal para maging 70. Yeah, that's also, actually kasi pagdating sa conversion of fractions and percentage, maraming pwedeng technique para ma-convert ang fraction sa percentage. And one of which, as what you have mentioned, is yung ilipat sa right side yung decimal point para maging 70. Sa mga hindi magiging base 10 kasi, it's either pag halimbawa part siya ng base 10, ganun yung gagawin. Diba? Pero pag halimbawa na hindi siya part ng base 10, like let's say 1/4, 1/2, you're just going to divide it. Use the long division method, tapos the answer, what you got in the decimal is you're going to multiply it sa 100, and for that, you're going to get the percentage. Just multiply to 100. Kumbaga, pag hindi siya part ng base 10, like 1/2, so ano nga ba ang 1/2? 50, 0.5. Tapos pag minultiply mo sa 100, 50%. Yes, dahil kasi, ayun, tingnan mo, pag halimbawa, dahil kasi diba, 7 over 10. pag nakuha mo, bago mo ito makuha, pag halimbawa yung decimal lang hinahanap mo, normally speaking, it's going to be 0.7, di ba? And then 0.7 siya, kaya siya naging 7 over 10. And then 7 over 10, itatanggal mo yung denominator, tapos dahil kasi 10, so move ito, move the decimal point into parang ayan, two decimal points, move 2 decimal points, ayun. So kaya pwede rin siya maging 70, pero pag halimbawa nga na hindi siya part ng base 10 is divide the 2 tapos multiply it into 100. Maliwanag po ba? What if ang gawin ay long division na lang to convert it to decimal din? Hindi rin well, you can actually, pero the thing is, for convenience din, lalo na ang tinuro kasi sa amin way back is to multiply it into 100. It actually really depends on the division. Kasi like, let's say, ato hawak ko ngayon na calcu ko. Di kita. Pero hawak ko ang calcu ko ngayon, like let's say, 0.12. Ayan. 0.12 is equivalent to 3 over 25. Or 0.12 in short. So pag halimbawa, decimal ito, ayan, from 3 over 25, if you divide it, if you divide the 2, it's going to be 0.12, di ba? At dahil pag 0.12 siya, if you multiply it into 100, magiging 12 siya. Ayan, 12. And dahil nagiging 12 siya, pagdating ng 12, or pag kuha mo ng sagot na 12, you're just going to put a percentage sign and that's going to be the percentage value. It really depends kasi basta you're just going to multiply it into 100. Like let's say 0.12. Hundreds ang place value niya, di ba? Dahil kasi 0.12, ang last number is 2. Kumbaga. And ang last number ng 2, ang place value ng 2 is in the hundreds place. Tenths, hundreds. And dahil doon, if you multiply it into 100, magiging 12 na lang siya instead of 0.12. So kumbaga basta, pero there are instances din kasi na magkakaroon tayo ng mga percentage na may decimals. Hindi rin siya maiiwasan. Kaya I really do advise for everyone to multiply it into 100 and ayun, that's going to be the answer. Did I answer your question, Havana? May mga katanungan pa po ba? Maliwanag po ba? Okay, thank you. Basta tatandaan ninyo na when it comes to this, 40 over 100 means you have 40 per 100 or 40%. Tapos dito, 7 over 10, 70%. So now, decimals to percentage. Paano naman po ito? As what I have mentioned, when converting decimals to percentage or fraction to percentage pa lang, is that you need to convert the fraction into decimal tapos decimal to percentage. And for you to get a decimal to percentage, normally speaking, you're just going to multiply it into 100 to get the final answer. Like katulad nito, 0.851 or 0.851. Ano nga po ba ang mangyayari? Kasi times 100. Ang hundreds place is hanggang number 5. So paano yung number 1? So madalas, ang mangyayari is magiging decimal ang 1. So, kumbaga, tama rin ang sinabi ninyo, move the decimal point into two places. So, 1, 2. So, mangyayari is 85.1%. Long division to decimal and times ito 100. Yes. Thank you. So basta it's either way, you can multiply it into 100 or move it into two decimal places. Dahil kasi in mathematics kasi when it comes to conversion, decimals to percentage, hundreds talaga ang basis for you to have the percentage. Like let's say, ay nga, kakasabi ko lang kanina, multiply it into 100 or you can what do you call this? You can also move the decimal point into its hundreds place for you to have the final answer. Hindi ibig sabihin nito na pag minove mo tong decimal point is magiging 0.85.1. And dahil hindi po siya magiging 0.85, dahil kasi una-una sa lahat, 0 is considered as none. Wala siyang parang value, kumbaga. So pagdating sa 0, di mo na kailangan ilagyan ng 0. So mangyayari is 85.1 na lang. Yes, no significant figures. Thank you. As what I have mentioned earlier, Ralph, I'm a student teacher. Hindi po teacher na professional na kagad. Mukha lang siguro, pero no, I'm not a professional teacher, LPT. Going back, an easy rule for converting decimals to percentage is to simply move the decimals to two places to the right. As what I have mentioned, move the decimal places or move the decimal point into two places. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. Anyways, going back, the easy rule for converting decimals, move the decimal point into two places. Pakanan, hindi po pakaliwa. Ulitin ko, pakanan, pa-right. Hindi po pakaliwa. It's basta you have two methods in converting decimals to percent. It is to multiply it to 100 or move the decimal places or move the decimal point into two places. So now, maliwanag po ba? Okay. Pasabi na lang sa akin kung medyo nagmamadali ako sa boses ko or medyo mabilis ako for me to modulate it, and if you have any concerns, clarifications, you can also try to message here in the chat box or try to open your mic for us to communicate and raise your concern for me to entertain your concern. And katulad nga na ito, moving the decimal point into two places, so 1, 2. So anong nangyayari? Dahil ang decimal point is nandito na sa tabi ng 2, wala na siyang value afterwards. So mabubura na yung decimal point. And dahil doon, disregard na number 0, so magiging 82% na lang siya. And tulad dito, 1, 2. So, ang magiging decimal point is dito, katabi ng 5 and 8, between 5 and 8. Disregard number 0 for you to get 25.8%. And same as here, 1, 2. So, dahil may 0 sa unang part ng ating, or sa tenths place, you're still going to consider it because kahit sabihin natin wala siyang value, pero it is still a number. So dahil it is still a number, 1, 2, so ang decimal point is between 1 and 2. So ang magiging sagot is 1.2. And ganito nga rin. Ayan. Sinong pwede makapagbasa nito? Ah, hi po. Lagi po ba na two movements lang? Yes. Two movements lang ang gagawin to the right pagdating sa decimals to percentage. Who can read the bullet? Jungkook? Ay, no, Jane naman pala. Jane? Nawala si Jane. Mika?
To convert a percent to a decimal, we do the reverse. Instead of moving the decimal to places right, we move it to places left and drop the percent sign.
Okay, thank you. So 56% is equivalent to 56.0% and equals to 0.56. So dahil let's say percentage to decimal naman, so just move it into two decimal places to the left naman. Basta lagi niyong tatandaan, decimal to percentage, move two places or two place values to the right or two decimal points to the right. Tapos pag percentage to decimal, move move the decimal point into left. Two place values, sorry. Two decimal points or two place values to the left. Kumbaga. So, maliwanag po ba dito? Percentage to decimal is to the left. Decimal to percentage is to the right. So, ayun lagi yung tatandaan. Left, right. Alam niyo naman siguro kung saan yung kaliwa at kanan ninyo, no? Okay? May sagot na rin to. Kaya, convert 27% into decimal. 27% is equals to 27.0. Laging tandaan, ang isang whole number, katumbas siya ng decimal na may 0.0 sa tabi ng last number, which is 7. The last number dito is 7. So, ang tabi ng 7 is the decimal point na 0 for you to have 27.0%. And dahil dyan, laging tatandaan, two movements lamang. Two movements. Pag halimbawa na conversion to percentage, pakanan, tapos pag conversion to decimal, pakaliwa. So dahil dito, pakaliwa ito, move the decimal point into two places, 1, 2. So dahil nandito na yung decimal point, lalagyan mo na lang ng 0 dito dahil kasi wala ng whole number. So mangyayari is 0.27. But dahil ngayon, we have 0.27, you can also convert 0.27 into fraction easily by knowing the place value, which is hundreds. The last digit here is hundreds. It's in its hundreds place. Kaya 100 ang denominator, tapos 27 ang nasa taas because it's the value. Kaya naging numerator siya. Maliwanag po ba? Okay, thank you. Now, for this naman, I will be trying to present another presentation. Wait lang. Please bear with me. Ayun. Ayan. So, as what I have mentioned earlier, this is also part of the business mathematics. Most probably, this is going to be part of the lesson 1. Kung di nyo pa na-take ang business mathematics ninyo, this is going to be part of your business mathematics lesson. So please do be aware kung ano or kung paano ang procedure of converting fractions, decimals, and percentage. So dito naman sa second presentation, sino bang pwedeng makapagbasa nito? Our target for this afternoon. Vincent.
At the end of the lesson, I will be able to perform fundamental operations on fractions and decimals, express fractions to decimal and percent forms and vice versa, illustrate how fractions and decimal can be written in terms of percent, and solve problems involving fractions, decimals, and percent.
Thank you. So, in terms of this, on target, as what we have mentioned, to perform fundamental operations on fractions and decimals. The fundamental operations, such as uh, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of similar and dissimilar fraction, and so on and so forth. And that includes the decimals. Now, express fractions to decimals and percent forms, and vice versa. Illustrate how fractions and decimals can be written in terms of percent. So, more on conversion talaga tayo dito when it comes to fractions, percentage, and what you call as fraction, decimal. Now, let's try to recall. How can you differentiate fraction, decimal, and percentage? Who can give me the differentiation of fraction, decimal, and percentage? Kindly raise your hand. Ano nga po, kanina, napag-discuss na natin. This is just another presentation, pero I would also like for it to be verified, your knowledge in terms of our topic for today. So how can you differentiate fraction, decimal, and percentage? Ralph.
Hindi ko alam yan, sir. Kakagising ko lang.
Hmm.
Bago lang ako pumasok dyan.
O ba't ka nagtaas ng kamay?
Wala lang, napindot ko lang, sir.
Okay. Tagsitawanan yung mga kasama mo dito. So, anyone who can answer the question, can you differentiate fraction, decimal, and percentage? Or kung gusto ninyo, like other teachers, I'll be name calling na lang. Anong gusto ninyo? May mag-volunteer or akong tatawag? Kasi I have the attendance here. Richel.
Yung fraction po, masasabi natin yung fraction kapag binubuo po siya ng dalawang components, which are the denominator and numerator, and also the bar line that separates the numerator and denominator.
Okay.
Decimal po, kapag po may parang nag-separate po ng may dot po or period. And yung percentage po, meron po siyang symbol na percent po.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Iha. So, ang fraction is may parang bar line in between two numbers. Or it separates the numerator and denominator. Tapos ang decimal, it has a decimal point kung tawagin. Do not forget the terminology. Decimal point po ang tawag dyan. And ang percentage, yes, it has a percentage sign or percent sign. Normally, nakikita ang percent sign pagdating sa mga discounts. Kaya this presentation is under business math kasi discounts ang pinag-uusapan when it comes to percentage. So now, who can differentiate similar and dissimilar fractions? Who can differentiate what is the proper, improper, and whole numbers? Or, I mean, the similar and the similar fractions. Sorry. Ralph, makakasagot ka na ba?
Yes, sir.
Anong sagot? Anong sagot?
Pag ano po, sinasabi natin improper fraction ng isang fraction, kapag kapag ang numerator is mas mataas kaysa sa denominator. Yun po yung ginagawa natin. Tapos ginagamit po natin yung ginagawa po natin siyang mixed number. So meron tayong ginagawang operation doon na shortcut kasi yun pag sa engineering, gagawin mo yun. Gagawin mong mixed fraction yung improper fraction. Yeah. Yun na yun.
Iho, yung sinasabi mo kasi is improper and improper fraction. Ang tinatanong ko dito, similar and dissimilar. Tama ka naman, kaso similar, dissimilar, magkakaiba yun sa proper and improper.
Sir.
Okay, Rachel?
Matatawag po natin similar fraction kapag yung set or group of fractions po have the same denominator, while dissimilar po is have different set of denominators po.
Okay, thank you. So now, ito naman ang sinasabi um, ni Ralph kanina, yung inunahan mo na yung third bullet. Differentiate proper, improper, and whole numbers. Nabanggit mo na nga kanina na ang improper is mas mataas ang numerator. I mean, mas mataas ang numerator kasi sa denominator. Ang proper, vice versa naman siya. Tapos ang whole numbers, as we all know, yung mga whole numbers nga. The similar fractions need to be changed to similar ones via LCD. Yes. Least common denominator. Thank you. Now, what are equivalent fractions? From the word equivalent itself, how can you define what is an equivalent fraction? Who can define what is an equivalent fraction from the word equivalent itself? Aisha?
I'm not sure. Pero ito ba yung yung halimbawa, magkaiba sila ng numerator and denominator, pero iisa lang sila ng kapag equal, ganun.
Well, yes, you can say it that way. Kaso, from the word itself, equivalent, meaning equivalent siya, yung dalawang fractions na yon. So, dahil equivalent siya, well, you can also say it that way, na ganun ang equivalent fraction. Pero anyone can take a guess besides Aisha? Ralph, thank you. Well, to be honest with you guys, equivalent fractions from the word itself, equivalent, hindi po siya equal. Magkakaiba ang equivalent sa equal. But in terms of it, equivalent is like, let's say, 1/2 is equal to 2/4. So yes, tama yung sinabi ni Aisha. Because 2/4, pag hinati mo sa isang bilog, di ba, pag hinati mo sa isang bilog, ang 1/2, kalahati lang. Tapos ang 1/4, ganyan. So, ang 1/4 is yung dito. So, ganun na nga ang lowest or simplest term. So, in-explain niya na further that at gumawa pa nga siya ng example. So, ayun lang naman yung gagawin when it comes to our recall. And thank you once again. It is a fraction that is multiplied by 1 only. Okay, so thank you, Vince. Or as we call it, as it is divisible by 1. Ika nga, but it's not divisible by any number. Both numerator and denominator is not divisible by any number besides 1. Okay? Now, when it comes to adding and subtracting fractions, similar fractions, example 1, who can give me the answer for example 1? Ralph.
Wait lang.
Wait. O, tama na. Ayan na, nagsagot yung mga kasamahan mo. 5/7. Oh, inunahan na ako ni Austin. Di pa ako nagsasabing number 2. But the right answer is 5/7 kasi 3 plus 2 is 5. Tapos dahil we have the same denominator which is 7, so retain the denominator that is equal to 7. So mangyayari 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. Tapos the fraction line, fraction bar, tapos 7 as denominator. Dito naman, Same procedure, retain the denominator, magiging 11 ang sagot. Ang denominator ng ating sagot is 11, pero yung magiging numerator, 5 minus 2 is 3. So tama rin kayo. 3 ang magiging sagot when it comes to the numerator. Basta lagi nyo tatandaan, pag similar fractions, di nyo papakilaman yung denominator. Ulitin ko, pag similar fractions, kahit tatlo pang fractions ang makikita ninyo sa questions, is that pag similar fractions, hindi ninyo papakilaman yung denominator. Pero yung numerator, kung halimbawa na nakasulat na i-add ninyo yung numerator. Numerator lang, pero denominator, same value pa rin ang numerator. Tulad nito, 27 plus 37 is 57. Kasi, i-retain mo yung denominator, pero yung numerator, ipag-add mo yung dalawa. Dito naman, sa example 2, ma-minus mo naman yung numerator. Pero yung denominator, retain. Ulitin ko, retain or same value pa rin ang denominator sa sagot, sa final answer. Sorry, kala ko hindi sila pares ng denominator. No. So, ayun. Now, in terms of the similar fractions, who can tell me what is the procedure of adding and subtracting the similar fractions? Havana.
Hahanapin po muna yung LCD po ng dalawang denominator po.
Tapos, ayun. Tapos, medyo kulang pa. Okay? Besides Havana, sino pwede makapagsagot? James?
Continue ko na lang po yung kanyang ano.
Sige.
So tama naman po na hanapin po yung LCD nung dalawang denominator since magkaiba ng number, and then yung both numbers po is ibig sabihin po is 10 yung denominator. So siya po ay i-divide both sa denominator and then itatimes po sa numerator para makuha yung value ng numerator.
Okay, so thank you. Pero there's also another way that you can also consider is that, katulad nga na ito, 10, 10 diba, tsaka 5 ang denominator. And when it comes to the divisibility rule, if I'm not mistaken, napag-aralan nyo na ito, divisibility rule. So, ang divisible ng 5, ang divisible of 5 consists of number 10, di ba? So dahil number 10, normally speaking, when it comes to the LCD, dahil 10 ang isa sa mga divisible ng 5, so you can get the LCD of 5 and 10 is 10. Dahil kasi 5, 10. Di ba? Ganun ang 5 times 2 is 10. So with that said, 10 ang LCD. Pero dahil kasi you're just going to multiply it into 2 na lang. So 5 times 2 is 10. Ayan. 5 times 2 is 10. Tapos when it comes to this, 3 times 2. You're just going to multiply the 2, or you're just going to multiply the denominator and numerator into 2 to get the same value. For the denominator, same pa rin na 10. Tapos sa numerator, 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 plus 7 is 13. So 13 over 10. So paano naman dito sa example number 2? Ano nga ba ang LCD ng 3, 5, tsaka 15? Thank you. So 15 ang maging LCD. So dahil 15 ang maging LCD, so paano mo... So in the method that I have mentioned a while ago, ilang 3 ang makukuha mo para maging 15? 5.
5.
Yes, thank you. So 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 times 5 is 5. So magiging 5 over 15. Dito naman sa 2 over 5, ilang 5 ang makukuha mo para maging 15?
3.
O, 3. So, 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3
15.
is 6. So, 6 over 15. So, ngayon, dahil ito is actually parang i-retain mo na lang ito. So, 4 over 15. So, ang magiging sagot is yes, 1 ang magiging final answer. Kasi ang mangyayari is 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6
11.
is 11. Nakakagulat ka naman, Ralph. 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 4 is 15. So 15 over 15. And normally speaking, sa fractions, pag 15 over 15 or let's say same ang value ng numerator sa denominator is 1 ang magiging value. So maliwanag po ba? Addition and subtraction pa lang po tayo ng fractions. Hane, baka... Ayan, ito naman. Now we are going to find the subtraction of the similar fractions. So who can tell me the answer for example 1? Okay, Ralph, thank you. So, ang magiging sagot sa 3 over 4 minus 2 over 3 is 1 over 12. So, Ralph, paano mo nakuha yung sagot?
Butterfly method po.
And how do you use the butterfly method?
Iko-cross multiply mo po yung 3 tsaka 3 tapos 2 tsaka 4. Then, i-add mo po yung dalawa sa taas. Tapos, ita-times mo yung dalawa sa baba. Yun yung sagot niya. Pero kung kailangan pa niya i-lowest term, i-lowest term mo pa po.
Okay, and the lowest term is 1 over 12. Okay, thank you. So, Vince, kasi ikaw unang nagsagot ng example number 2. How did you get the answer in number 2? Vince?
Ito dyan yung manual. Yung manual process natin for computing the dissimilar fraction. So, ang lalabas dyan, if we tend to compute for the least common denominator. So, ang lalabas dyan, magiging 21 over 24 minus 20 over 24. So, ang lalabas, magiging 1 over 24 siya. Yun lang.
Okay, thank you. So, tama naman ang sinabi ng mga kasamahan ninyo dito sa GMeet. So, may tanong pa po ba kayo? Or may tanong pa ba kayo? None? Klaro naman kung paano mag-subtract and add ng dissimilar fraction? Klaro po ba? Naintindihan po ba? Wala bang tanong? Kasi I can entertain questions. I truly appreciate those students na hindi ako marunong magkuha ng LCD po siya, hindi siya LDC. GCF, kaya mas gusto ko shortcut. Okay. Siguro ang LCD kasi, katulad ng ginawa namin kanina, kung halimbawa, ang denominator is 5 tsaka 10, kung halimbawa, so dahil 10, ang mostly nakikita mo, dahil kasi 5 times 2 is 10, tas 10 times 1 is 10. So, dahil ganun, ayun na magiging LCD, 10, parang ganun. Medyo mahirap siya i-explain, pero you can also use that method that you have mentioned a while ago. You can also use the butterfly method. Okay. Now, in terms of multiplication, who can give me the answer for example 1? Grabe ka naman. Hindi naman lahat ng engineering mga tamad. Madami yung kilalang mga engineering students, no? So,
6 over 20.
6 over
3,
20,
3 over 10. 3
3
over
over
10.
3 over 10, ang example 1. So, paano mo nakuha ang 3 over 10?
Ita times mo lang yung ano, yung denominator ng dalawa tapos yung numerator ng dalawa. Ganun lang doon, sabi ng mama ko eh.
Sabi ng mama mo. Mathematician siguro mama mo. Pero, sandali. Kasi kung numerator is 3 times 2 kasi is 6. So, nasaan yung 6? If you're going to multiply the numerator and denominator, oy, wait. Saan nanggaling yung 3? Ralph?
Divisible siya by ano, by 2. 6 over 20, divisible siya sa ano, sa 2. So pag
Ah,
dinivide mo yung 6 sa 2, magiging 3. Tapos pag dinivide mo yung 20 sa 2, magiging 10. So ang sagot niya is 3 over 10.
okay. So, thank you, Ralph. Yes, it is simplified. Yes, I'm just asking. Huwag kayong mag-alala. I'm just asking just for you para dahil kasi I'm just making sure para alam niyo yung pinagsasabi ninyo. Kasi ang mahirap diyan pag halimbawa na nagsasalita nga kayo pero hindi niyo alam yung pinagsasabi ninyo. So, I'm just verifying. O, teka lang, Vince. Hinahinay lang. Iniisa-isa natin to. Kalma lang. Kalma nga lang, di ba? Chill lang, chill. Di ba? So, sa example number 2, tama nga ang sagot niyo. It is 30 over 4, no. It is 3 over 10 pala. Sorry. Pero dito naman, sa sagot ni Avana, sa number 2, which is 30 over 49. Can you explain your answer? In front of the class, kumbaga. Can you explain your answer? Paano mo nakuha ang 30 over 49?
Nilagyan ko po yung sa pride na walang denominator na may denominator po sa 1. Tapos po pinag-multiply ko po yung numerator and denominator to denominator po.
So, same procedure. Basta tatandaan ninyo na pagdating sa pagmumultiply ng isang fraction sa isang whole number is that normally speaking, ang fractions kasi consists of a denominator. I mean, a whole number consists of a denominator as well. Invisible denominator kung tawagin. And normally speaking, ang 5 or any type of whole number consists of a denominator and the value of its denominator is 1. So huwag kayong malilito kung halimbawa na nakasulat dito, let's say sa example 3, 6 times 2 over 4. So ang mangyayari, ang 6 is magiging 6 over 1. And then do the same procedure to have the final answer. So everything is clear na po ba? Okay. So thank you. Now, division naman ho tayo. Example 1. Who can give me the answer of division of fraction? Nakasulat dito, keep, switch, and flip. So how do you answer this? Reka, how did you answer 12 over 35?
Flinip ko po yung 5 over 12, bale magiging 12 over 5 po siya. Yun po yung reciprocal. Then, multiply ko na po yung 1 sa 12 and 7 sa 5. So, naging 12 over 35.
Okay, so thank you. Ayun, thank you guys for answering. So tama nga ang ginawa ni Reka na you're going to reciprocate the last digit or the last value of fraction. Kumbaga, ang first value is 1 over 7, tas ang last or ang second value is 5 over 12. Ang 5 over 12, lagi nyo tatandaan, ang last value or ang ito nga 5 over 12 tas example number 2 is 3 over 4. You're just going to reciprocate it. Meaning, you're just going to flip the numbers. So, ang magiging numerator dito is 12. Ang magiging numerator sa example 1 is 12. Tapos, ang denominator is 5. And tama rin na ginawa ninyo, multiply nyo na siya afterwards. So, 12 times 1 is 12. Tapos, 7 times 5 is 35. Same here sa example number 2, reciprocate the last fraction, kumbaga, which is 3 over 4. So, 4 over 3 na siya. And dahil 4 over 3, 7 times 4, wait lang, sorry, may nagte-text. 7 times 4 is 28, tapos, yes, and 7 over 6 ang magiging final answer kasi it is the lowest term, kumbaga. So, maliwanag na po ba dito? Division, subtraction, multiplication, and addition. Bakit dalawa lang ang nagre-react? Okay, thank you. So now, just for a short activity, can you answer? I will be insisting you to answer this graph. If you would like to write it on a paper, you may. For references, then I will be sending a Google link. I mean, a Google Forms later on for you to submit your paper. So ilalagay nyo dito sa isang box, ayan, is the fraction, decimal, and percentage. What is the decimal and percentage of 2 over 3? Tapos percentage of decimal, the percentage is 75%. So what is the decimal and fraction of it? And so on and so forth. I will be giving you the rest of the time to answer it. Tapos, I will be also giving you a separate activity. I'll also be giving you a separate activity pero sa group chat na siya ipapasend ko. Is it clear po ba? Yes, thank you. Wait lang. Before you answer it pala, I would also like for you to know this, that this kind of topic is business math. So fractions, decimals, and percentage. So dahil po dyan, hindi po ako makakasagot na sa labas po ako. Sige, okay lang. Dahil dyan, I also included in the activity some what they call this, some real life situations na pwede mong gamitin sa topic natin, which is fraction, percentage, and decimal. Yes, business math. So let's say in a closing down sale of shop offers 50%. Yes, business math. So 50% off, kumbaga discounted ng 50% from the original price. What fraction is taken of the prices? 50%. I will be asking some of the volunteers as well to send it in every GC there is for you to answer that activity. 1/2. Sige nga, paano ninyo nakuha ang 50%? Ay, paano nyo nakuha ang 1/2 by knowing that there is a 50%? Can anyone explain kung paano nakuha ang 1/2? Ralph?
Since In the closed down sale of shop offers 50% of the original prices. Since nag-offer sila ng 50%, automatically, yung utak natin matitrigger na ang natitira na lang or na nabawas is 50%, then i-convert natin yung 50% sa fraction. Kasi yung question, what fraction? So, ine-emphasize na ang inahanap dito is yung fraction. So, 50% gagawin natin fraction magiging 1/2 or 1/2. Yun
Okay.
po.
So, thank you. So, ganun na nga mangyayari. Normally speaking, ang whole kasi, dahil sa fraction, normally ang whole is the whole number itself. Kumbaga, so when you get the percentage, normally, ang whole number kasi normally speaking is 1, di ba? Tapos ang kalahati ng 1 is 1/2. And ang kalahati naman ng 100% is 50%. For you to get 50%, you just need to know what is the half of 1. So dahil half ng 1 is 1/2, so ang magiging sagot is 1/2. So thank you. Ito, dito naman. In a survey, 1 in 5 people said they preferred a particular brand of cola. What is the figure as a percentage? 1 in 5 people. Marco, ano yung basis mo kung bakit 20% ang nasagot mo? Marco Alonso, okay. Ayun.
5 po kasi is considered as 100% po. Tapos, ang ginawa ko po kasi, 100 divided by 5. Tapos, yun po yung magiging sagot. Tatagyan na
20.
po ng percent sign.
Okay, so thank you. So, ayun na nga, ang ginawa daw niya is 5 is considered as 100, so 5 divided by, 100 divided by 5 is 20. Tama ba?
Yes po.
Yun. So, dahil 20 ang sagot, ilalagyan na lang ng percentage sign. Yes, thank you, Ibrian. Next, Jamila is working out of a problem involving 1/4. She needs to enter this into a calculator. How would she enter 1/4 as a decimal on the calculator? Give it. How did you answer 0.25? Gibet, how did you answer 0.25? Nasa labas ka. Sipag mo naman. Nakikinig ka sa discussion ko, tapos sa labas ka. Pero sige, next to Gibet is Austin. Austin, how did you answer 0.25?
Dinivide po.
Dinivide ang alin? Exactly.
4 divided by 1.
4 divided by 1 and ang naging sagot is 0.25. Okay.
Yes po.
Thank you. Ito. For ABM students as well, kailangan nyo makinig. Kyle pays tax at the rate of 25% of his income. What fraction of Kyle's income is this? Huwag nyo munang intindihin itong second question. What fraction of Kyle's income is this? 25% of his income. 1/4. Thank you. So now, if his income is 350,000 per year, how much is his tax? So sa mga nag-aral ng taxation po dyan, Vince, yes, 87,500. This is not actually interest. This is taxation pa lang. Wala pa siyang interest, kumbaga. So Vince, how did you get 87,500? 350K times 25%.
So,
Okay.
ang taxable bit natin is 25%. So, that is under corporation code, under create law, that the corporation has a 25% in terms of their corporate income tax. So that 50,000 per year times 25%, so that is per 87,500. Yun po
Okay.
yung taxable tax, Junior. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Vince, are you an ABM student ba?
Hindi po. I'm
Uh,
a
what?
I'm accountancy graduate po, sir.
Accounting graduate. Okay, thank you. So, ay nga, nabanggit nga ni Vince na when it comes to this type when it comes to this kinds of formulas or real life scenarios, you're just going to multiply, lalo na sa mga AVM students kasi pagdating sa business math, 350,000 will be multiplied into 25%. So normally speaking, when it comes to discounts and such, ang ginagawa is multiplication. Kumbaga, let's say 50%. Ano ba ang 50% ng 100? So 100 times 50% is going to be 50 pesos. So dahil 50 pesos siya, 100 minus 50 is 50. So ganun yung parang ginagawa when it comes to businesses. So kung sakali na nakita ninyo, let's say sa Watsons na or any type of clothing shops, may 50% off sila. Kung limbawa nakita ninyo sa resibo ninyo, ay ganito yung presyo, ang laki ng pinaba. You can also try to calculate it from its original price. Original price multiplied by how many discount it is. Or how many discount was given. Sinin? Vince, are you raising your hand?
Okay. Hello, sir. Share lang ako ng konti about sa interest natin for tax.
Okay.
Actually, applicable si interest sa tax. Ang tinatawag natin dyan is deficiency and delinquency tax. So, applicable lang yan kapag yung company or yung client natin is hindi makapagbayad on time ng kanilang income tax return. So, that is 1701 or 1702Q for the year. And ano yan, that is 12% times the month, times the days kung ilan na siyang delayed. Yun. Pero don't worry guys, wag ko muna kayong iyaano doon kasi sobrang madugo siya. It is form part to the BSA students na naka-undergo na, especially katulad sa amin, sa akin. Yan lang. Wag mo muna ano yun.
Vince, I would like to ask if are you a CPA na ba? Vince? CPA ka na ba? Just to make myself clarified lang. Just in case. Or you're still going to be taking the CPA? Okay, mukhang nawala si Vince. But then again, tama yung sinabi ni Vince na okay. So good luck in taking your CPA. Ay, wow. LET. So, congrats sa inyong dalawa. Hoping na makapasa ka sa CPA, and Ralph, congrats, I guess, in terms of being LET. But then again, yun nga. So these kinds of situations are what you call real life problems or word problems that we use in involving fractions, decimals, and percentage. Sige lang. Pero then again, these are the types of problems that you will see in terms of real life situations given. And these types of problems are also what you call as word problems involving fractions, decimals, and percentage. So do you have any questions? Clarifications? Violent reactions? Okay, so I hear no one asking. So now I will be giving you the rest of the time to answer this activity, and afterwards I will be asking some of the group admins sa GC for you to answer the activity na nasa Google Form separate. Pero but then again, I will be also sending you the submission portal for your activity. Kung mga hindi mo makakasagot, it's okay. It's okay if you cannot answer. Basta sa ngayon, I will be sending the Google Forms. So anyways, before we end, this is going to be my first and last mathematics lesson for you. Most of all, Filipino and physics ang tuturuan ko sa inyo next week, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, this is your Kuya Seiya. This is, you can call me sir if you want to, Seiya, Kuya Seiya. Basta ako ang magdi-discuss sa inyo ng motions, laws of motions, physics, and Filipino. So kung nahirapan ka sa Filipino, makinig na lang na maigi sa klase. And i-present ko lang tong presentation na to until the end of our time para masagot niyo sa isang papel. Then I will be sending the G forms for you to submit the paper that you have written. So anyways, thank you everyone for listening. English na po yan, no? What do you mean by English? Fluid ka. Yes, but anyways, thank you everyone for listening to our discussion. I hope na may natutunan kayo. This type of senior high school and junior high school topic. I hope you were refreshed in this topic, and I hope to see you soon next week for our Filipino naman. So thank you guys and have a great day ahead. Please answer the presented activity. So thank you.